Here's a quick movie just to show you how to use our registration pins and our registration tabs in conjunction with our runners and our printing presses. Our registration tabs and pins are fantastic to use. They're very well priced and you can reuse them. So here's a printing lino plate that I'm in the middle of at the moment. I am on my third colour. The plate is stuck down to a piece of plastic that is 3mm thick, and my registration pins are, I've got two on this plate, one either side, and I've got the tabs on the paper, so when I put the paper back down, the paper goes back down in exactly the same way, every single time. Making your life as a printmaker an absolute dream. Now I'm just going to show you how to put this together. So you need a base plate and you need the plate that you're going to be cutting. So your base plate can be anything you'd like to use, MDF, hardboard, acrylic, just as long as it's nice and sturdy. And then the plate that you're sticking onto it that you're going to be cutting out of could be woodblock or lino, soft cut lino, battleship grey lino, anything you'd like to use. You need to stick your plate down onto your base plate, use glue, make sure you put glue all over it, make sure it's very, very sturdy. Put it in the middle so you can get your registration pins on the end. Just while I'm doing this, I just want to explain to you, we're specialist printmakers. We've been specialist printmakers selling our own work for around 40 years. And we've also been making and selling printing presses and selling those all over the world as well. We have a big beautiful gallery where you can come and see our work and other artists' work on display. We have a lovely printmaking studio where we've run many workshops throughout the year, teaching printmakers how to make plates and print from them. Customers can come and have a full printing demo on our presses as well before purchase. We sell specialist printmaking materials. We have a gilded commended framing and giclée printing department as well. So the plate has finished sticking down, so it's completely glued down, so it's not going to move no matter how much pressure we put it under, which is exactly what we want. So the plate is now stuck down nicely. So now we have to sort the paper out. So we use our registration pins for the paper. So the question is, how many registration pins do we need to use for what size plate? So the press I'm working on, the bed size is 25 inches by 48 inches. So if you were going to use a plate that was, say, half the size of this bed, you could use 2 pins either end, not on the sides, and you'd be fine. However, if you make a plate that's bigger than half the size of this bed, you'd probably need 3 pins. And if you make a plate that's bigger than the size of this bed, you'd probably end up needing 4 pins. Okay, next we want to organise all our paper. So we cut all the paper to the exact size that we want. I like to tear my paper down, so I measure it and tear it. The only time you would need to cut your paper to the exact size would be when you're doing multi-plates. So when you do multi-plates, you prepare your paper and the plates in exactly the same way, just making sure you put everything down in exactly the same place. You can prepare your paper in a couple of ways. The way I'm doing now is one way, putting your tabs on and then popping your paper underneath the tabs and then sellotaping down your paper and your tab. Also, just to mention quickly, the sellotape won't print through to the print on the front of the paper. Next thing is to mark where the top is. I just write top, and then using the Sharpie pen I write top on the plastic as well. So I always put my paper around the correct way. So now for setting the press up. Pop the correct thickness of runners onto your press bed and then remove the intaglio safety stops on your press and add on the relief printing stops to hold your runners in place. This system comes free with every press that we sell. The trick here is to choose the correct thickness of runners in conjunction with a lino, woodblock letterpress or any thickness of plate that you're printing. We sell lots of different thicknesses of runners and they are a good price. If you need any help choosing which thickness of runners, then just give us a call. Our presses don't need a blanket to print relief plates, but if you'd like to protect your top roller, then use one blanket when printing any relief plate. I don't usually use a blanket when printing, and my top roller is in great condition. Drop your top roller down onto your runners by righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, setting your pressure, and now you have a perfect gap in between your roller and your bed. It's really simple. If your plate is too low, it won't print, and if it's too high, it will be too hard to pull through. If you've got one of our presses and you need any help, please don't hesitate to give us a call, or if you want to purchase one of our presses, just get in touch. And this, I think, is the 8th colour on this plate. I've got about another 4 to go. So wish me luck. Happy printmaking, everybody.